Don't do this very often, but this trailer moved me enough to where I had to make a video. So we're going to be discussing the Borderlands trailer. In the intro, I'm going to go ahead and play some of it, my favorite parts, and I'm not going to play the whole thing. I still might get hit with a copyright because of the dumbass song they chose. And it's like everybody's trying to recreate that James Gunn Guardian of the Galaxy soundtrack. And I'm sorry, but this song is okay. But it didn't do it for me in this trailer. So I'm going to play a little bit of the trailer, then I'll meet back here and we will discuss the Borderlands movie.
Would you look at that? A ladder! Unfortunately, my design doesn't facilitate this type of...
That smell.
Piss wash gully.
Ew!
Put the window up.
I don't want to! Roll the window up!
Roll it up. How did I get the name?
It's in my mouth! Time to make it rain! With your body parts!
What did I tell you?
Minimal explosions!
I said no explosions.
Step aside, bitches!
Welcome to Gotham.
Cenobites.
Alrighty, so that was my favorite parts of the trailer. And what I want to get into first, I'm going to go through the whole cast with you, and then some pictures that I liked, and then some things I hope comes out of this movie or the future. But just a brief, if you're unfamiliar with this world, this game at all, it takes place on Pandora, which is a wasteland of a planet. There's all kinds of bandits, psychos, killers, and you have the Crimson Lance, who works for Atlas. I don't know if it's in this game or the second one, the Hyperion. I mean, there's all kinds of corporations that have come to this planet, and basically there's these hidden vaults that contain treasure, loot, whatever your heart's desire. It's said to be in these vaults, and it's ancient, very alien technology. And so, I mean, that's pretty much your goal of this whole story, this whole games, is just to loot these vaults. And you're a vault hunter, so you start, pick your character, and you slowly build relationships with people on the planet, and then you eventually, like all stories, you find the vault. So that's the gist of Borderlands. That's the mythology, if you're completely unaware. So there's all types of aliens on this planet, all types of different creatures that you have to fight, and of course some psychopaths. You meet some good psychopaths along the way, if you hence Tiny Tina, which is one of my favorite characters. But so yeah, that is Borderlands. So if you're like me, when I first saw this trailer, I was at work on lunch in my van. I'm a service tech. And it just put a smile on my face because I'd heard about this movie for so long, and I thought that they had taken it away. I thought they had canceled it. So when I saw this trailer, I had to watch it again. I probably, on that lunch break, not only did I watch the trailer about 5 times, but then I went over, and I'll put both of these links in the description below for the Borderlands trailer, and then for the IGN, where you sit down with Randy's, whoever is the lead at Gearbox, actually breaks the trailer down and goes through the whole thing with you. I thought that was pretty damn cool. So I was excited, but got off lunch, and by the time I got to that next call, it had went through my head, and some of these casting choices I just don't like. We'll see how the movie unfolds. But what I'm gathering is because some of these characters are from Borderlands 2, some are even from, well, if you read the IMDb, there's some characters in here from the third game. So it's like, I don't think they're going to absolute follow the games. I think you're going to see a lot of the same characters, but I do think this is going to be its own universe, separate from the game, same characters. So having said that, I mean, we'll talk about the cast right now, but I mean, I'm excited, and I'm definitely 100% going to see this. As you see my little Xbox shelf down there, and I'll put a picture up. I have tons of Borderlands pops. One of them I even got from a cosplayer on Instagram, who you can see the Psycho. She painted it up herself, and it's it is my best pop that I own because it's custom. But I love these games. I played the first one countless times, the second one even more. I never finished the third one, but it's just watching the trailer has got me wanting to play this game this weekend. So probably at some point this weekend gonna start playing Borderlands again. But yeah, so let's get into the cast. So alright, so before we get into the cast, I want to say the director of the movie is Eli Roth. If you're unfamiliar with him, the thing everybody probably knows is the Hostel movies, the scary movies where, yeah, Hostel. But Eli Roth is in a few of the Quentin Tarantino movies. If you've seen Inglourious Bastards, he's the Bear Jew. So, very known actor. When I heard he was directing this, I was immediately excited because, I mean, I've never seen the other ones, but the first Hostel was great. So I had high hopes. So Eli Roth directed it, but the Randy guy from Gearbox, heavily involved in the producing of the movie and heavily involved in the art department again. I'm going to tag the video in the description of him going through the whole trailer, pointing out all the Easter eggs and some very cool information that is to come. But next on the cast list is the Ariana Greenblatt, who's going to play Tiny Tina. Now, I only know this actor from Ahsoka. Very small part, but I mean, I liked her in it. Tiny Tina is a extremely disturbed, psychotic little girl. So I hope that she can live up to Tiny Tina, because I mean, if there was ever a female that embodied the Joker from DC, it would be Tiny Tina. Like, she is crazy. So I hope that she's up to the challenge. So this next one was at first it didn't really faze me, but then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, Lilith is supposed to be like really hot. Like, she's like, I know it's a video game, but she comes across as really hot. And I mean, Cate Blanchett, phenomenal actress. I have no doubt she's going to kill the role, but I just don't see her as hot with this. I just don't see it. But Cate Blanchett, Lilith, we'll see. Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis up next, and see, Tannis, I mean, you see in the video game version of her, I always thought she was cute too. I mean, but she does kind of betray you and go crazy. So, I mean, I have no doubt, again, the acting skills. Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is going to, really do well as Dr. Tannis. I'm just questioning why they're casting some of these people. Speaking of that, this next one was the only one, my first watch of the trailer, I actually screamed out loud in my van, what the fuck? Because Kevin Hart as Roland, playing through the first game, it took me a very long time to play as Lilith, but I was always Roland. Roland is my guy. He's the most serious person on Pandora. He's a soldier, straight to the point, no bullshit. So Kevin Hart, come on, Kevin Hart, please prove me wrong. I just don't see getting into one of the best in the casting. I think Jack Black as Claptrap. I don't know. First, like Jack Black, but then you actually see him in the trailer, and I think it could be good. This could end up being one of the best castings in this whole movie, hopefully. But Jack Black is Claptrap. This next one is it's not very questionable casting. Obviously, he looks the part. I question why Krieg is in the movie as a main character, because he is a playable Vault Hunter in Borderlands 2, but I don't think he ever speaks. I don't understand the logic of having Krieg in the game, and when you could have just had Brick, because Brick is the same buff muscle head, but he talks, and he's so funny. Brick is one of my favorite characters, but I just don't understand why Krieg is in the fucking thing at all. But getting into the next few people, Scooter, he runs the catch-a-ride stations, the stations that you go and spawn your vehicles. So you saw some vehicles being used in the trailer. So Scooter's probably going to have a big part in the vehicles, so I can't wait to see that. His sister, Ellie, is being played by Ryan Redmond. I have no idea who this actress is, but Ellie was always one of my favorite characters to talk to. She's hilarious, she really is, and her banter with Scooter is pretty funny. General Knox is like the biggest head scratcher, because it was a hard-ass dude, and they casted a hot chick here. It's like, this hot chick, this should have been Lilith, but it's General Knox. Fuck are y'all thinking? Anyway, Janina something or another is General Knox. Alright, getting into another head scratcher. It's just my opinion. Look, I love Gina Gershon, but to me, it's always made you to think that Moxie is like one of the hottest people on Pandora. And no offense to Gina, she was definitely hot. I definitely watched a lot of her movies as a kid that I shouldn't have been watching. But I mean, you're talking 30 years ago, man. I don't understand why she was cast as Moxie. And we'll get to there's a picture I have up here of a clip of the trailer. Alright, Benjamin Byron Davis as Marcus. Now Marcus is one of the most funny characters in the whole franchise. He's the first person you meet and talk to on the bus. Sorry. When you're bussed into Pandora to be Vault Hunter, Marcus is the first person you talk to. Like, I imagine you're going to see that because you saw the bus in the trailer. So I'm looking forward to seeing the banter and funny shit that Marcus brings to the movie. This next one, Hammerlock. I don't know who this actor is. Charles Babalola. But Hammerlock does have an Australian accent. I mean, again, I don't know who this actor is. He could, by rights, I'll be from Australia. This is what I'm saying. This type of shit, this unknown person, should have been how we casted Lilith. Should have been how we casted Kevin Hart. I mean, this guy could have been Roland. But again, I don't know who he is. He could be a comedian too. Getting into the main villain, Edgar Ramirez has been cast as Atlas. Now this guy has the benefit of playing this character however the fuck he wants to, because Atlas is not in any of the video games. Atlas is a corporation who I think runs the Crimson Lance. I mean, eventually Roland takes over the Crimson Lance, and then ultimately Lilith does, when what happens to Roland happens to Roland. So, yeah, we never meet this guy in the video games. So this guy, I don't remember what I've known him from. I know him from something. But he has the benefit of playing a character however the hell he wants to. But I did want to show you guys this quick slide, because you got on the left here, you got the main cast of the first video game versus the main cast of the first movie. Now, Lilith, Roland, Mordecai, and Brick. That should have been what this movie was. But Brick and Mordecai are absent, and it's really upsetting. Speaking of them, here's a picture of Brick and Mordecai. These are two of the best characters in the first two games. I mean, like, in the first game, you play as those four people. In the next game, you're a different group of people, and you get to run into all four of them, and they all have great parts. But, yeah, and Mordecai has his bird. I mean, I don't know why you cut them from this movie. If they're not in this movie, I mean, I hope they make an appearance eventually. These are two of the best characters, and they're not in it. Speaking of that, on this next slide is the cast of characters you have to choose from the second game. Now, the only one on here that we know for sure is Krieg, and again, he doesn't speak. But then you got Gage sitting on top of her robot. She can spawn a robot, that's her power. You got Zero right next to it, which is kind of like this robot ninja person, so I didn't see Zero in there, didn't see Gage. In the middle, you got El Salvador, who I never really played as anybody else except Maya and Axton, which we're getting. But El Salvador can dual wield, I think was his power. And of course, next to him, you got Maya, who if we see her in this movie or the next movie, y'all need to cast her as what she's supposed to be. Like, she's supposed to be a hot chick. And we didn't see any of Lilith using her siren powers in the trailer, but they had better fucking be there. And then Axton, the soldier. I was always rolling in the first game, Axton in the second game. But after I played through the soldiers, I always went back through as the sirens. So I'm very familiar with Lilith and Maya. But yeah, I hope to see these characters. Like, I hope this movie does well so we can see more characters, because this world is full of characters. And then last, Haley Bennett. I don't know who she is. She's the only one on IMDb who is on IMDb for this movie, but she doesn't have a role. So if you know the game, you know Angel is the AI who is speaking to you throughout your whole journey through the first two games. I don't want to spoil who she is in the game, but I'm wondering if Haley Bennett is going to end up being Angel. She's quintessential in the game. I wonder how involved she'll be in the movie. Last but not least, I wanted to bring up this guy. He is definitely not in the trailer, but I hope he's in the end credits. I hope he's the direction we're going, because honestly, Handsome Jack is probably one of the best villains in any video game I've ever played. He's funny. There's a genuine time where you're afraid of him. So I mean, he's so funny. He's hilarious. He's great. I love him as the villain in Borderlands 2. So I hope Borderlands 2, the movie, I hope we're going against Jack. But all intents, what I'm seeing, they don't need to bring him in as a side villain in this movie, and we just haven't seen him in the trailers yet. Please, Handsome Jack needs his own movie, so let him be Borderlands 2. And I did want to bring up a couple stills. This one to me was just iconic. Like, I know it's not the cast I wanted. You got 3 playable Vault Hunters and then 2 side characters who aren't even in part of the main story, Tannis and Tiny Tina. I hope this movie is great. I really do. But this is like an iconic picture. I love this freaking picture of them all looking down the manhole. And then I did find this picture on the internet, and it's a very quick shot in the trailer. But this is Moxie. And again, I have no idea. I mean, I have no doubt that Gina is going to play the role, but I just wish they had cast, a younger, up-and-coming, hotter actress. I mean, I sit up here and say there's more actors y'all could have chose from, but I mean, all these movies are the same actors. But I would have preferred even freaking, what's her name, who played Harley Quinn and Barbie, but then you're getting back to the point where they're using these same actors, like Kevin Hart. Why does he need to be in everything? So, I'm hoping that they got some of these actors in a multiple movie deal, because I would hate to see them have to recast people. I mean, I don't want them to recast Moxie. I don't know. I hope they kill the movie. I hope this movie does really well. Alright, well, I have rambled on enough. This movie looks great. I question some of the cast choices. I don't know what we expect from a video game movie. We shit on them for not following the storyline, but then we shit on them for so many things. If they are building a universe, similar but separate from the games. I hope that I am pleasantly surprised. But some of these actor choices, I got a feeling it's going to be a one and done. I got a feeling people, if you look into certain circles, a lot of the die-hard purists of the video game are fucking pissed right now. I mean, they seem like small gripes to me, but some of these casting choices is really insulting, in my opinion, to some people. Kevin Hart. But word of mouth, I think, can do magic. I think certain people go and see this movie and tell their friends, like, hey, I know you love Borderlands. You gotta see it, you'll love it. One of the main guys I loved in the video games, I didn't mention in the casting, is Crazy Earl. I can't wait to see who they cast as Crazy Earl. And then there's so many villains that you face, whether it's little people or, I don't know, badass villains that end up going down really quick. There's so many good parts of all these games. I know they can't fit it all into one movie, so I really hope it does well, so we get the opportunity for another one. But that is going to wrap up my reaction. You guys let me know in the comment section, do you like Borderlands? Are you looking forward to this movie, or do you hate it? Are you like one of the purists who is out there already shitting on this movie? But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to. I don't really do a whole lot of trailer reactions, but I have a ton of other content, so be sure to check that out if that interests you. As always, appreciate everybody watching, appreciate everybody who made it this far in the video. Thank you so much. I hope you guys got some sort of enjoyment out of this. But yep, regardless of what the next video is, reaction, gavel, whatever, I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.